we were being asked to run go-to-market the way it had always been done. And I am sure that in 2005 or even in 2010, all of the tactics, including MQLs, made more sense to everyone. Customers were dependent on vendors. Strong sellers had real relationships with buyers. There weren't 50 million options for every possible category the way there are today. The world has changed a lot in the last 20 years, in almost every sense. And for whatever reason, that change just hasn't quite crystallized in B2B sales and marketing and product, because I do think there is some dysfunction because of the buyer journey that catalyzes on the product side as well. So over the years, as I've been digging into this problem and trying to understand what was going on, I wanted to know, what was the story with the buyer journey? Was I just off, or was there something else that was going on? And if so, what could we do about it? What could I do about it? So I wanted to just talk you through some of the data that I've come across in the last few years, actually. And I want to take you through what this data is telling me and where I think we can go from here. Here's the starting point. I think it's pretty hard to sell almost anything these days, especially if you have a complicated product. There's a long sales cycle, high dollar value of that product. I think it's tough. We've just been through, or maybe are still in, a non-recession, and that's been going on for at least 1.5 years now. We, here in the US, as well as everywhere else in the world, struggled through 2.5 years of COVID. That was pretty challenging. The problems that I noticed predate all of that. And this is the laundry list of my observations. So when I look at actual data, here's what I found. I found a piece of research from Gartner, of all people, and Gartner told us that 83% of the buyer journey is fully independent. That means that buyers are doing their own research, they are getting opinions from people they trust, they're even finding pricing, all sorts of things that used to happen in a sales process. 83% of that time is now independent, self-directed. 17% of the journey, the remainder, is spent with multiple vendors. And their estimation was that just 5% of the buyer journey is spent with your firm.